Hello guys, this is NoFragLimit here from the Octagon again. I will be recording another game of Warhammer 40k Conquest, this time in the last round of online tournament called Jesters Masquerade. I will be playing against Eric Lopez. Now Eric is only 1 point behind with the points, and he really needs to win this game to go through into the final four. I set myself comfortably on top of the leaderboard, so despite of the results of today's game, I will be going through anyway. However, I do not intend to let him go smoothly. As you see already, I've pulled today one of my strongest decks, or Warlords, Commander Shadowsun, and this deck has been recently upgraded with the new Epocha cards, which I really kept secret. Probably I will update this on Traxxas sector right after the game. So Eric intend to play Liatha, the Dark Elder Epocha Warlord. That means there will be a lot of shielding today. As do I have 13 or 14 attachments, which are mostly to two shoulders, two shielding ability, and Liatha as per Warlord ability is allowed to put the card face down to play them as two shielded card, and I can decide to keep or reveal the shield or the bluff. Let's see, the planets are three. First planets are the green icon. Quick deployment, Arrogant Heminoculus on planet number 1 from my opponent who have initiative. That's forced reaction after you play a torture card. Deal 1 damage to target non-warlord unit at this planet. So aggressive deployment, really. I guess that the ability of the first planet is quite interesting, that he may actually target the planet ability itself. And as you see on the Warlord description, Liatha, it does say that you can put the card face down as a two-shoulder or pretending to be a two-shoulder 3 times per phase. So it'll be a lot of guessing, a lot of fights. Also worth to explain that there are different rules of this round of the tournament. It's a 6th round, and it's called front support. That means that we can increase Warlord starting hands and the resources by 2. That's why you see actually that I have 9 cards on my hand and 9 resources. The card that you see on the right side is the pledge support. As per pledge rule, I need to dig it out from my cards or from my deck and put it into starting hand and play as a first deployment. Now I am running my pledge board concept. After you deploy the support, search your deck for a non-signature, non-hardpoint tower attachment. Reveal it, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. Now it's a 0 cost, really cool support that allows you to get the favorite attachment straight away into the play. It's very useful for the Shadowsun. First of all, it reduced the card count to 49 from 50, as you already burned the first, and you're getting the same amount of cards anyway from that draw, but most importantly, it brings the favorite equipment to your hand. And I am using the board concept to, obviously not for the signature thing, I am not allowed, but to bring the positional relay. Positional relay is the Gold Digger, is the new perk attachment that's attached to the unit. It gives +1 attack, +1 HP, but as an action allows you to exhaust this attachment to rally, or if you prefer searched, an X amount of cards for an attachment. X equals the number of the attachments you currently control. So let's say if I do have already a 3 attachments, I can search another 3 cards from top of my deck for another one to draw it into my hand. So it's really important to have it on the beginning of the game, and this pledge card allows me to have it straight away. So it's really cool. I do have actually 4 cards that are with 2 shoulder icons, so that's a lot of defense. I'm pretty happy about my starting hand. My opponent kept his hand, I kept it as well. Didn't spend any resources, and just gave a turn back to my opponent so to see his deployment. First 3 planets are the green planets, so very aggressive deployment again. Actually, Distorted Talos, that's a new Apoca unit. Lumbering, that means it needs to be exhausted when the battle starts. But more importantly, have this interrupt. When you use a shield card on this unit, remove all damage from it. Limits once per phase. So 5/4 attack, really dangerous, could heal himself really easily. I need to make sure that if I want to kill this guy, I need to do it in one strike. So yeah, quite dangerous, I would say. 2 aggressive deployments on plan number 1. Really aggressive play. Made to reconsider any deployment right there, as is his initiative. He do have some really strong units, so I made to really just think about my hand. And if you see, I have actually 2 copies of the Vashia Trailblazer. I do have a Violet Marksman, and I do have a Sniper Drone team. That's 4 units for 9 resources that I could really deploy. 3 of them with the 2 command icons. So I think that the way I should play here is to try to dominate the command. Obviously, the victory condition on plan number 3 needs to be secured just in case, but there's another green planet on plan number 5, green icon, that could really be targeted by my opponent, so I need to really think more carefully about that. The first deployment, I think that should be Viola Marksman for 1 resource with 1 command icon. That's the most visible action. I would prefer to keep those Vashia Trailblazers with 2 icons to try to counter any deployment, any other planet to get the advantage in a command. So I think the unit with the least command icons should be always deployed first. To do not let your opponent to really get any advantage in the command, and let's to see really or truthfully where you intend to gain that command. So Viola Marksman, I'm thinking plan number 3 I made to deploy with the drone. 5 obviously is interesting effect, but I may think that my opponent made to put something there, so I decided to put my marksman on plan number 4. It has really not so powerful effect, deal 1 damage, so 1 card, 1 resource. I guess that will be a good move. I'm pretty interested what Eric could really do here. He already spent 4 resources to deploy those 2 units on the first planet, so he left himself only 5. I still have 8 resources left and 8 cards, so I could really try to go all over all the planets, as I can deploy 3 units and just go with my Shadowsun on another planet, but that will be a waste. As per Commander Shadowsun ability, I could just attach the one of those attachments for free to put it in the play from my hand or from the discard. There's deployment. It's the Elder Survivalist, so he's aligned with the Elders on planet number 5, and quick response from me, Vashia Trailblazer, goes on planet number 5 to take the advantage here and take the command totally. So Elder, obviously with the interesting bonus, +1 card, +1 resources. Now my opponent won't be able to get that at all. He may to consider his next deployment, really. I still have another Vashia Trailblazer and a Sniper Drone, so still thinking, should I really try to get to plan number 1 with the opponent's initiative? I could. Probably the enemy Warlord would go to secure that plan number 5 anyway now. It's a really good economy cap for him, 3 cards, 1 resource, so depending on what he intends to deploy, I could guess that's the most wanted commitment that he would perform. I'm kind of thinking maybe I could avoid of going for plan number 1 completely, just put the Vashia Trailblazer there with the 2 icons to just equal that command, really, to annoy him even more. and try to put the drone on planet number 3 and either go with the Shadowsun for planet number 3 to trigger its ability, or just go with the Shadowsun for planet number 5 just purely to deny that economy for my opponent. So I'm considering my options. Just my opponents still have 1 move or 2 moves to perform, so I need a little bit more information about what he intends to do. But without really thinking more, I'm pretty sure that I won't be deploying any of those attachments for 2 cost. I will definitely keep them as a shield and eventually let them go into the game for free. My opponent passed, wow, so actually no more deployment from Eric in the first round. This is really good information for myself. I could really here go with my plan. That means deploy this Vashyat Trailblazer on plan number 1 and drone plan number 3, and then just go with the Shadowsun plan number 5. It's actually not so bad idea. Obviously the Vashyat Trailblazer as a mobile unit will be able to bounce off onto planet number 2, which is obviously not the best. Well, it's actually not the worst outcome of this action. Obviously my opponent will get the ability of planet number 1 trigger for nothing really, but I will get all those resources in the cards, which I think is pretty more important. So yes, I will. I'm still thinking here. The best possible way for my opponent to block me here will be just go with his Warlord on plan number 2. But then there's not really much he can do if he's going to give away the effect of plan number 5 and all this economy. It's not really worth it to kill that Vashyat Trailblazer. Really, it's not really that much that I will lose, and yeah. So I will deploy the sniper drone first, and obviously the Vashyat Trailblazer on plan number 1, as per first thought. It's always the best, and yeah, I will keep it that way. I think nothing else I can do. I spent all my resources, so I can really just pass here and commit my Warlord. An obvious commitment here is the planet number 5. Planet number 3, which allows, which forces my opponent to move the unit on certain planet, and then allows me to move on a planet. It's not so lucrative as you would be thinking. You need to remember that the Dark Elders, they do have quite a lot of nasty effects. He actually kept 3 resources in his hand, so I can be really sure that he may to run some Clivex in his hand, or have anything like Archon's Terror. Even if I'll be able to load that sniper on plan number 3 with the attachment +2/+1 to make him 4/6 on the ranged, he could be easily routed from the battle on planet number 5 if I will move it. So no, as my opponent kept a lot of resources and the cards in his hand, I will try to deny the economy. I think that's the best option here. So let's do the commitment and see what's going to happen, really. My opponent is choosing already. I think I will need to go with what I said and choose plan number 5. So, yep, that's what I intend to do. Let's see what's going to happen. So he did go for plan number 5, as myself as well. So that's actually a well predicted. Obviously, I will trigger the ability of the Commander Shadowsun, and I will put here the Shadowsun Stealth Cadre as the attachment +2/+2 to make this Fascia Trailblazer free. Will be very useful for this battle. And I still have 4 shields kept, so that's a really strong play. And as you see, I'm getting command on all those planets at the back, and the plan number 1 is a tiny command, so I'm getting here actually 4 cards and 2 resources. My opponent don't get any income, right, actually, so he don't have enough resources to pull the Clivex. He do have enough to pull anything like Archon's Terror, but I guess the Archon's Terror played on this Fascia Trailblazer would be pretty dull. So yeah, I drawn a couple interesting cards actually. The support cards, which I'll explain later, it's really useful. But more importantly, Squadron Redeployment, the signature event that allows me to exhaust the unit with the attachment and move it to a target planet. That will be useful. I do move my Fascia Trailblazer as a mobile from planet number 1 to planet number 2 to do not let him to die there, and that will secure my next command in the next round. There is a combat phase as we passed in command. There's a combat phase initiated in planet number 1. Still thinking about the mobile on planet number 5 now. The only opponent that I have there is really a Warlord. The Elder Survivalist is 0-2. So with so many shields on my hands, I could be pretty sure that my opponent will lose that battle. However, there is an ability from plan number 1 that allows my opponent to put the unit for free, either on plan number 5 or in HQ, that I need to consider that whatever will come from that effect, I will need to face as well. So I'm made to think that maybe it's better to just let this Fascia Trailblazer to go away and try to shield a strike on the commander Shadowsun and then just move away. But I'm thinking here also that trying to kill that Elder Survivalist or whatever will come, it may allow me to deny him that effect of plan number 5. Plan number 5 allows you to move a unit to a HQ, and then you can add +2 attack, +2 HP for the end of the game to that or any other unit in HQ. So if I will be able to deny that move, he won't be able to add that attack value. So obviously there's still another unit coming in, but I think I will stay here and do whatever is possible to try at least to deny it. So Liatha, I have 6 cards. I mean, Lopez may use some of them as shields. Obviously there are some nasty effects that are made to encounter as well, so I may not really know what's going to happen. This support will help me to get some cards as well, so really, I mean resources, so really I'm looking into a long game really, with that advantage in the command and those supports and rogue traders coming in. I can see really potentially some advantage building straight away. I just need to survive this early aggression from my opponent. So he triggers the plan ability. I did ready. I didn't have any actions really, and the unit that will goes from the effect is Liatha Retinu. It's the is the signature unit that do not have really any battle or combat phase abilities. So only 3-2 aggressive attack unit is not a bad information. I really was thinking that he may to pull anything scary like another distorted talus or anything else that is quite hefty, but this is actually not so bad. So I have 4 double shields. This elder will try to kill as well. Not sure how it's gonna go. It's his first attack, so I need to really deny 5 damage straight away, and then try to do the same again, which is quite a lot, really. So let's see. My opponent will have the action first. And it's the 1000 Cats, the torture card being played. So deal 1 damage to target non-elite army unit, then shuffle this card back into your deck. So he did actually use one of those 2 shields to deal 1 damage to my Veshya Trailblazer. I guess he wants to deny here any shields and try to attack for free next time to get it killed. I will definitely use one of those cards, even if it's a 2 shields, to deny that damage. I do not want to carry anything here. I'm still obviously afraid of the Clivex, even if the resource count on his side is low. I don't want to carry any damage on the next round, so I will deny it here and try to see what's his next action. So he passed, I passed, no actions, it will be his attack. Okay, so he's attacking for free here with the full force. I will use another shield to deny 2 of that damage to keep myself on 2 HP. And yeah, he don't have any actions, so I can counterattack for free. And the first attack, now I'm attacking here on the Elder Survivalist, but I don't think it doesn't make any sense really, if you think about it. Okay, he used a shield. I'm like, okay, you know, whatever I'm attacking here, even if it is Elder Survivalist, he used a shield, and pretty sure with so many cards on his hands, he do have some, definitely have some 2 shielding effect. So I will decide, well, he's shielding for 2, I will decide to let him keep that shield. So, yeah, he uses water ability. 1 damage goes on the Elder Survivalist away, that's fine. Now he's an action, so he will attack for 2 with his Warlord. Indeed, he does. And I will use here the positional relay, or the auxiliary armor actually, as a 2 shielder icon to deny the attack again. So, yeah. I'm attacking for 1 with the commander Shadowsun to eliminate that Elder Survivalist, or actually force him to use another card really as a shield, because that's the main effect I think that I will get here. He may to consider using a next card as something that have any value. So I'm attacking obviously for 1. He could easily shield something for 1, but he decides to put another card face down as a 2 shielder, and my quick decision is to flip. I didn't believe this time that he was using a 2 shielder card. I was convinced that he is trying to bluff me, and he did indeed. Actually, he put the Clivex War Leader as that shield, and it didn't go through, so the Elder Survivalist dies and the Clivex leaving the game. That's a really good outcome for myself, really good guess. So I actually managed to get rid of that unit, which is beautiful. I'm really happy about that. So we have no actions, we will go for another combat round. We do ready all our units, and now obviously I need to consider I would like to stay here or retreat. Now he's been left with 2 cards, and he made a quick decision to stay. I actually decide to stay as well. My aim is to kill that army unit, to do not allow him to trigger the Iron Forge ability from the planet and add +2 attack, +2 HP to this distorted Stallus, as it would be too dangerous. So I will shield another 2 here. 4 shields used, so absolutely awesome. He passed, I pass, so I attack for free. on his unit. And even if you will shield it for 2, I will leave 1 damage behind. And that's absolutely awesome. So no, he decided to keep his both cards. So no shields used. That's a good information. I really like it. Okay. So we don't have any actions. He will decide to attack with his Warlord here. And for 2, he'll be able to kill me. Now, should I use the squadron redeployment to deny? No, as he'll be able to strike again in the next round. Doesn't make any sense. I will let my unit die, and he won't be able to trigger the plan ability anyway, so that's fine. I did what I supposed to do. I reduced the amount of cards from my opponent's hands to 2, and I'll be able to deal 1 damage to the enemy Warlord. So that's actually okay. I'm quite happy about that. We don't have any actions again. So now is the decision to stay or retreat. For me, it's an easy option, but I'll wait for his decision first to think about what he wants to do. With 2 cards left, he may have another trick in his hand, or at least a shield that would not change the action. As I am here with the 1 attack, I won't stay, I will retreat. So yeah, that's pretty cool. First round, I think I have an advantage in economy. I was able to reduce the amount of the cards from my opponent's hand, really deny all that economy, and also deny the trigger of the Iron Forge for him to add that +2 attack, +2 HP. So really a good job, I think, I've pulled here. With that intense start, with the increased amount of resources and increased amount of cards, I was able to turn it around. Okay, my opponent get the first green icon and the red icon in his victory display, but he's been left with all his units in the HQ right now, and I set myself with the five command icons on the board. So that was the first round. We're gonna go for the second round, where I will have my initiative, and this time I will definitely use that Smuggler's Den, which allows me to exhaust the support to pay 1 resource to target non-drone attachment you control to your hand, to move it to your hand and gain equal of the resources that it's in printed cost. So I could really use it here to, something that allows me to put really. It works well with the Commander Shadowsun ability. So Commander Shadowsun obviously allows you to put those attachments for free. So whenever you put a 2 resource cost attachment for free, you are able to bring it back in the end of the round with the Smuggler's Den and get the 2 resources back, which is pretty cool actually. In a long game, it gives you a really good income. So I will deploy. This is the unique support, so you can only have 1 copy actually. I will deploy, and I will leave myself with 5 resources behind, which is not really bad. As I counted already, I can deploy that all my cards really and put it all in the game, so it's not really bad. I need to get some drawers here. I need to really gain some cards, but as you see already, another planet number 5 with the blue icon have 2 cards, 0 resources. So really I could try to block my opponent here with the economy and the resource income. On the board we have only 4 resources and 6 cards, so, and that 2 resources will burn after this round. There won't be much resources left on the board, so my game plan will go probably right now to gain that economy cup, and definitely to be able to gain some of the cards, but definitely to try to deny him any resources. Now he's been left on 4, so I presume that means 1 good deployment only, which doesn't really give him much. So yeah, I'm quite happy about what may happen here. I do have another copy of the Shadowsun Stealth Cadre that I don't need to deploy because I have one already in my discard. But he decided to deploy the support Willing Submission. This is interesting. So this support allows him to draw one card on the beginning of the deployment phase, and I can also decide to choose 2 units from between the units I control, and he may add 1 damage to one of those units for me to be able to draw the card. So yeah, okay. He's ready to get more cards, obviously. That's what Liatha is all about, to just get those cards, get those shields, and be able to fight. That's the fuel she needs. So yeah, definitely a good support. I may not use it actually. I may not deal any damage to draw additional cards, but we will see. I have the Shadow Stealth Cadre, and I will put it on my sniper drone to add 2 attack and 2 HP to this unit. So he will be absolutely powerful for 7 ranged with the reload. Now on this planet he is very dangerous now. Whoever will come here to deny or try to fight with him will initiate a trigger of this plan ability, and then I will be able to move that sniper drone around. So really dangerous. Really dangerous play. My opponent decides to put the Siren Zutlax, and it goes on planet number 4. Ironforge ability targeted again. Wow, okay. So I guess he wants to deny here any of that effect. My deployment will be the signature attachment that allows me to add it to any unit. Obviously Warlord as well adds +1 attack, but also as the action from that attachment I can move it around for 1 resource to attach to any other unit I control. So my Warlord is now 2/7. That's really good news. He may now try to challenge the Liatha itself, so it's not really bad. I still have 3 resources, so I will be able to deploy this unit. Shazil List is the new Epocha card. I haven't been really seeing it in the play for any Tau players, but I think it's absolutely awesome. For 2 cost, you have the ability, while this unit is ready, as additional cost to target units you control at this planet, your opponent must pay 1 resource. So really, a really good card in this situation with that board with really low resource counts. This is going to be absolutely essential to keep this guy alive and just dry my opponent even more from the resources. And you also have the interrupt when your opponent triggers an ability that discards a card from your hand or routes a unit you control. Put this unit from your hand into play at the planet. So any Archon's Terrors used or anything nasty, I could really just put him for free. So I really think it's a cool unit. I haven't been playing it before, but as soon as I spotted that I will be playing a really heavy command game, and I'll be trying to choke the enemy here with this actually board, it's absolutely beautiful that I actually get him right here. I do have also a Rogue Trader, which will allow me to gain some more economy. So not a bad start at all. The Siren Zutlax obviously blocked the plan number 4, and any deployments there right now are pretty pointless. So I made to think about what I intend to do. Obviously that unit 2/2 unique with disability would be very good to go for plan number 1. I think my situation, my position on plan number 1 is really in danger right now, as my opponent maybe have still 2 resources. He may deploy something. I need to really try to secure now one of those green icons. Do not let him to gain another one, because that will be the next victory condition and the next planet. So I need to deploy plan number 1, try to secure the situation right here, and probably I will need to go with the Warlord also. My opponent passed, so I have the last deployment, 1 resource left, so obviously Rogue Trader will need to go, I guess, on planet number 5. First of all, I cannot deploy him on plan number 4. Second, I just cannot go anywhere else. Even if my opponent will try to deny the Rogue Trader, it will force him to go with those 2 units on plan number 5, and they will stay there really locked away from any battle. So even if he will plan to deny it, it's still okay. It doesn't give him any resources, as he only gets plan number 4, plan number 5. That's 4 cards. Pretty okay for Liatha, I would say, but my aim is to deny the resources mainly. So I passed. I definitely think that I need to go with my Warlord on plan number 1. First of all, to secure that green icon, but also to deny the 2 resource income, to do not allow another Clivex War Leader to come into play, and that will be absolutely devastating. So obviously plan number 1 is the best choice, and that's what I'm about to do. So let's see, I'm ready. My opponent doesn't say anything, but he didn't change his score, so he's still thinking about it. God bless, I didn't turn mine already. So now he's done, I can flip my skull. Plan number 1, obvious choice, and he did go for plan number 5. So he actually swallowed that decoy. He did actually go for that Rogue Trader. I guess he just wants to load himself with the cards. He recognized that the green icon first victory condition will be burned. He have the Siren Zatlix on the plan number 4, so that will secure his victory condition in the short term. I will obviously put positional relay into game from the Shadowsun ability, add 1 attack, 1 resource to my Shire's list, unique units, which is going to make him free, and I will get the free command incomes. Command struggles 1 from me on plan number 1, 2, 3, which in total gives me 4 resources and 2 cards. Not the best draw actually. The ambush platform and iron rifle obviously are good cards, but I'm looking more into to get more units really here. I will be pretty okay with the income. I probably will be able to dig another attachment from the positional relay. I control right now 1, 2, 3 attachments already, so pretty okay. I move my Vashria Trailblazer mobile unit from planet 1 to planet 2 to keep him in game in the next command round, and yeah, no command actions, so we go into the combat phase. Obviously I did my mobile already, but I will have an action here. I will exhaust the positional relay to search for 3 cards in order to look for the attachment. And I'm getting another copy of auxiliary armor, which means another 2 icons or shield icons coming into my hand, which is always good, so quite good result, I think. That's fine. I don't have any actions to plan number 1, so I will just wait for my opponent to do anything that he can. Any ambush, I don't really think that he can do anything for 2 wow, he played actually a power from pain for 2 resources. I'm really surprised that he drained himself so badly and he used those 2 resources for that. And I obviously choose to sacrifice the Rogue Trader here, which is possibly the best option, and he would die anyway. So yeah, I will question that play. It makes any sense, as it forced me to sacrifice anything I can choose, so I obviously choose to do the Rogue Trader. It didn't get any effects. From the plan ability, I exhausted the Siren Zitlax on plan number 4, and that will stay exhausted in the next round, so there will be no no command icons for him there, I could try to overwhelm or overcome this unit in the next round, as he will be exhausted. We'll see. I have no actions on plan number 4. Actually, I do have an action, and I think I will move that sniper drone, exhaust the sniper drone to move him around and set him in front of the enemy warlord. Now, the reason why I did it is basically to make him ready, as the sniper drone will make himself ready in end of the ranged round. He'll be able to strike for 4 straight away. That means possibly we'll be able to kill that Talos, or at least do some real damage to the enemy warlord. Now this will be an awesome play. I do have the 2 shields. I have actually 7 HP and 2 shields, so my opponent will be able to strike for 8 or 9 with that first attack, but he won't be able to stay with the warlord. So actually it's quite interesting play. I moved that sniper drone just to annoy the Liatha and deal as much damage as possible on the warlord, to switch off his ability in the next few rounds. So he needs to decide. He don't have any action, so I made myself ready, and now it's going to be his attack. So yeah, he reposition his units, probably thinking about how that fight will go. I do believe that he has some to shoulder there, so he will attack for 2. Didn't get scared. Thinking here, should I take that damage or should I shield it straight away? I could really shield it and just keep myself clean to create that impression that I'm doing really well and I'm able to still fight with the full HP in the next round, to create that illusion that I'm very powerful. So yes, I did shielded this attack. My opponent passed his action, so I'll be able to strike for 4. But before that, I will remove my signature attachment to add additional attack to that sniper drone. For 1 resource paid, I will add and bast him to 5 and remove the additional damage from my warlord. So now he's actually 5/7, is really powerful. That 5 attack could potentially kill that Talos. I'm thinking here, should I try to do it? He have 5 cards on his hand, so he definitely have some 2 shoulder icons. I may not gain any effects here, as with the next shield he will just heal himself. I can just try to switch off the enemy warlord, really, and I think this is the better solution, as the enemy warlord definitely will need to be shielded. He cannot really carry on another 5 damage, I think, to stay with the 6 damage on his warlord. That will be absolutely reckless and will set him on any danger from any effect. So I will attack for 5. I do presume that he will use the shield here, definitely, and he actually used the signature attachment with the 3 icons, so, well, he denied 3 of that damage to keep Liatha on 3, which is actually good news anyway. That shield card left 3 damage on the warlord, so with my 5 attack, I will be able to deal more damage to the enemy warlord. So, yeah, I think he said he's gonna stay. Well, now he will do 8 damage. I have 7 HP. I have 7 HP. I may not survive this, really. I'm thinking, does sacrifice of this drone will pay off? Will give me what I need? I don't know, really. You see, I'm kind of thinking here now that I shouldn't be staying here. He'll just kill me. But trying to bloody the Warlord, he will probably block most of his abilities. He stayed here with the Talus already. He won't be able to move around. I may not shield the last attack. It's a very, very difficult decision for me. I'm really tempted to deal that damage on the Warlord and try to kill him off. His 4 cards. He's still probably able to survive. If he's gonna shield for 2, I'm just gonna deal another 3 damage. So he will be almost bloodied, but not entirely. I could just this is really tough for me. The problem is that I don't have any firepower. If the snipers were gonna go away, I don't really have anything to deny. He actually said in his text box that he made to rethink that stay decision, and he asked me that sniper has 7 health. I say yep, and I recognized like he's actually hesitating. I will say I stay. This is actually interesting. So he is a little bit scared of that drone. He made to think that I do have another shield, another 2 shielder here, and he won't be able to kill me. So he has 5, 6, 7, 8 attack. I have 7 HP. So I could really deny 2 of that attack. And that would be absolutely devastating for him to deal all that damage and almost bloody the Warlord. I guess the question is that does he have any shields on his hand really? With the shields, he wouldn't be able to think about that. Rethinking that decision, I think, is insta kill for the sniper drone. Either if I will shield something, I will need to retreat because the next strike will just auto kill me. So that's really I decided to stay just because I saw this hesitation here in his eyes on the planet. I just decide to play aggressively. Either if it's very risky to keep that drone, let him go away, let him die. Still, I will be able to probably use the smugglers then to pull away the attachment, the stealth cadre for 2 resources away from him, and then for 1 resource move the signature attachment. So I will move those two cards back and just lose the sniper drone itself, really, which is not so bad. So I guess I will get 2 resources plus 2 for that signature unit to go back in my hand as the attachment, and then or before that move the signature attachment away from the drone for 1 resource. So I'll be 1 resource more actually, plus 2 minus 1. Yeah, that's fine, and I will have still some defects. So he actually decides to retreat. He said, so I said I wanted to rethink my stay or retreat. Is it okay if I retreat? Of course, let it be, I said. He didn't read it properly. Okay, I'm such a bastard, really. So he did retreat. He doubted in his ability to defeat that sniper drone. Wow. Okay. He left the ground. Okay, I will definitely trigger here. Just need to think. That plan allows me to copy the plan ability of the Diasim planet, which is the Iron Forge plan number 4, plan number 3 right now. So Iron Forge allows me to move a unit into HQ to add 2 HP to attack to the target unit. Obviously I will move the sniper drone back as I will need him for the next fight, but I won't add the attack and HP to the sniper drone. I will add it to my unique unit. Unique unit is invulnerable for any routing effects, so I think I won't also keep this guy in a fight and make him 5/5 with that attachment positional relay. It makes him very safe with the really cool ability, I think. To have 2 strong units around the Warlord is much better than one very powerful sniper drone that it's risky because it could be routed, it could be destroyed, any effect. So yeah, I think that's the better choice. Before the end of the round, I will obviously trigger the Smuggler's Den, so I will move that Stealth Cadre back into my hand to gain 2 resources, and we'll just need to remove the icons from my so I paid 1 resource to move the to perform the action, but then I gained 2 resources back, so it makes +1. That's how it works. So I need to pay the resource to perform that action from the support, but then I'm getting a equal amount of the resources the attachment moved back it's worth. So it's +1 in the end. In the economy I have 4 resources and my opponent have none. So it's really good with that Siren Zitlax exhausted next round. In the enemy units pull back in HQ, I think my situation here is really cool, is really secured right now. So yeah, I don't have any more actions in this round. Eric left the actions as well, so we end the turn, and now we go back to round number 3. I've managed to draw a copy of the Heavy Marker Drone and another Viola Marksman, so yeah, pretty okay. He triggered his support, so he took additional card, and he asked me, do I want to deal 1 damage to one of my units to draw a card. But I'm thinking here, I have 8 resources. I can put the Ambush Platform, Viola Marksman, Shadowsun Stealth Cadre, Iron Rifle, keep some resources, and then try to add additional Stealth Cadre, which I keep in my discard. So I don't really need to do it. I have some shields, I have some units. What's the point of adding that damage? I don't want to carry any damage really in my cheap units, or even either my strong units, to let the Clivex to be triggered. So no, I don't need an additional card, so nothing for me. It was a forced reaction, so it's still a turn, deployment turn for my opponent. Obviously, I just noticed right now that the Siren Zitlax is supposed to be exhausted, so I'm just gonna target it right now and mention it to my opponent, because that could possibly change a lot. I think it's the right moment for me to go for that plan number 3 and deploy something for plan number 1 to secure the victory condition with the green icons. Yeah, it's not bad. Depends on what he's going to be able to deploy. Now, this Heavy Marker Drone is actually a perfect card to target that Distorted Talus. Double damage on a Distorted Talus, and he actually armed it with the Hypex Injector. The Hypex Injector allows him to ready the Talus anytime he's going to play a Dark Elder effect. So the Lumbering is just being denied or countered. So yeah, that makes complete sense. I deployed the Ambush Platform first, so any deployment with the Heavy Marker Drone or Iron Rifle won't cost me any resources. So we'll carry over quite a lot, and that will probably allow me to move my signature attachment from one unit to another, which makes it very powerful for any attacks with the amount of resources I will have. Not really bad, I think. So yeah, quite okay. My opponent's deployment action is the Incubus Warrior, and Incubus Warrior, interesting. Wow, it goes for plan number 4, so he never stopped to digging for the cards, really. He never stopped looking to get a card income. He's quite hungry for them. That's absolutely fine, I think. I will deploy the Shadowsun stealth cadre, and I will add it back onto my sniper drone to make him again 5-7. So yeah, absolutely awesome. He makes himself ready after ranged skirmish ends, so even if he will commit on the planet exhausted, he will be ready for the battle, and with that attack he will oppose the grave danger. So yes, I want to keep it that way, and I will probably keep doing it with the smugglers then, adding, removing to gain one resource every single time. Is a really good way of playing it. So yeah, and just keeping the attachments in my hands to keep those shield icons, to be able to use them in ability, that's pretty okay. I think I can keep either the iron rifle or the heavy marker drone. More importantly, I think the heavy marker drone I could keep secret and try to attach to that Talos during the combat to just get him surprised, really. To deal the double damage and kill him off in one strike, that would be absolutely awesome. So yeah, iron rifle I made to add either on my second unit or sniper drone. I'm not really sure if the sniper drone should be. I could add the Vilo marksman on plan number 1 and then add the iron rifle there, just to scare off the enemy warlord. But you can see there's deployment. Wow, there's deployment, and this card that normally goes in a deep strike. Now my opponent decides to deploy him for 2 on the last planet, so he wants to get some economy, really. I will deny that with the deployment here, and I will really just do not let him to get any resources again, and I will put the Viola marksman plan number 5. He passed. So that's quite interesting. I think right now I can think about going for planet number 1 with my warlord, actually, as the plant ability will force my opponent to move something onto target planet. I could target planet number 3, force him to move one of those Incubus warriors or whatever else, and just move my sniper drone over there. So yeah, I think this is not so bad at all. So I made to think about it and add the iron rifle to the sniper drone as well, if I intend to do that move, to make him absolutely powerful. So he's going to be actually 8 attack, 7 HP. Now this is absolutely awesome. So this is really dangerous. My opponent will not get enough resources, as I denied him that one resource for plan number 5. He won't be able to rout me with the Archon's Terror. So I am not afraid about anything else, really. For one resource he won't be able to do anything scary to me, so that's quite cool already. I think 8-7 he was laughing, but it's not really funny. The loaded sniper drone is a really powerful unit, and it's definitely my favorite one here. So yeah, grim news for him, really. I don't really see. I'm trying to think what kind of deployment he could really do here, what he could play. As it's obvious that I think it's really obvious that I'm going to go for plan number 1. He will never go there. It's just the Veshiat Trailblazer will give me the command advantage anyway, and the Commander Shadowsun with the sniper drone there, it's just going to be absolutely nightmare. So even if I'm not going to strike first because it's his initiative, I will make myself ready. 8 damage is already enough to kill that Talos without the heavy marker drone. So I could actually keep the 2 shield card and just try to deny more damage. So, wow. He's choosing his commitment. I made my decision already, as it's pretty obvious. So, yeah. Let's flip it. I obviously go for plan number 1. And he did go for plan number 2. So he tried to deny... he's probably recognizing right now that he moves on plan number 3. So I guess that's a mistake. I need to clarify this, as the dial says plan number 2, but he moved his units to plan number 3. So I guess he messed up. Let's see. Or you wanted 2 or 3? So after clarifying, he admits that he made a mistake. He meant to go for plan number 3. I said I'm completely okay with that. Actually, it will allow me to get additional resource, additional card. So why not? Okay. And before the command struggles, I will get the attachment, and I will actually take the positional impact field, the repulsor impact field from the discard pile to secure that drone. Whenever the drone is targeted, that repulsor will deal 2 damage to the attacker. So not only he's actually 8/7, he also deals 2 damage for every attack dealt to him. So absolutely a beast, really, that drone. It will hurt him a lot. He gets 4 cards. I am getting 2 cards, 2 resources, and I'm actually able to draw a Crisis Battle Guard, the elite unit, a mobile unit. So that's what I need, actually. That's what I wanted to see. I have a few copies in my deck, so yeah, I'm quite happy about that. Another copy of Ambush Platform. I don't really need it. I will move my mobile unit, Vashiat Trailblazer, again from plan number 1 to plan number 2 to retain that command advantage here. And I will ask for the actions. I don't have any. Well, actually I do have. I will trigger the positional relay again to search for the attachments. I do control 5 of them this time, so I'm able to look in the 5 cards from top of my deck, search 5 cards, and I cannot get anything else than the heavy marker drone again. So 2 copies, that's fine. 2 shields again. I'm quite happy about that. So this is almost as bad as Elder Pledge, Ambush Platform. Well, not as quite. I think you need to really drag it all along with you into the battle. You also need to exhaust it so you can do it only once around. But yeah, it's pretty sick in the configuration I pulled off here. It's really dangerous. So I decided to trigger the blood ability. He had no actions. I have targeted the plan number 3, so I forced him to move an army unit he controls to a target planet. Then I am able to move my army unit to that planet as well, and obviously I'm doing it to bring a sniper drone into the battle. So yeah, absolutely mean, absolutely awesome play, really. So yeah, that's the way it is, and that's gonna be a battle on plan number 3. I get another green icon, so I have 2 actually. The Iron Forge will be my victory condition, so I will be aiming to finish it here, really. And I'm just wondering what my opponent may do. He have 8 cards in his hand but 0 resources, so that could end up really bad, as I will be able to strike this Warlord and just kill him off in 1 attack. He needs to probably retreat, and if he will retreat, I will be able to strike this Talos and just kill him off in 1 strike. The Incubus Warrior obviously will deal some damage to me, but I will just... well, they will be strike back for 2 from the repulsor impact field for 2 damage, so I will just let them attack and probably shoot 2. It's actually really good. really good turnout of events, really. So I'm quite happy about this situation. Really must be annoying for my opponent to just keep retreating from that sniper drone. It's that's what he needs to do, really. There's no other way. Otherwise, the warlord will be bloodied. So, absolutely good decision. He have no action, so I can attack. I think the Talos, he only heal himself after the is interrupt when the shield is used to remove the damage, but you cannot remove the damage that is being assigned right now. So yes, I will attack for 8. Absolutely obliterating this unit. There's no way he could potentially survive anything here. So yeah, 8 attack, go through. The Hypex Injector didn't really do much, as he didn't have a chance to even play any event. I think he don't have a cash for that anyway. So yeah, 8 attack is for formality, really. Yeah, he dies. So the strongest enemy unit, it's been sent away into the graveyard. Now the Incubus Warrior attacks for 3. I will shield 2 of that attack, leaving 1 damage behind, and that 1 damage will allow me to trigger the Repulsor Impact Field reaction ability, which deals 2 damage back into the Incubus Warrior. So pretty sad for my opponent that his attack just killed himself, really, with his own attack. So pretty grim again, and even if that will repeat in the next round, he used a shield card for 2. I pretty strongly believe that it is a 2-shielded card, so I will keep it straight away. I think it's a good decision. So yeah, he kept it, so fine. We are ready, so I definitely stay here. I don't think about anything else, really. Those small units, they all gonna really hurt themselves trying to deal with damage to the sniper drone. So all the attacks will be with the response from the repulsor impact, and I will obviously kill something in one blow, and everything else will just kill itself. So that battle has been won already. I think the only reasonable decision is to retreat, which he actually did. So Eric recognized this, and he just moved all his unit back. And the Iron Forge is mine again. I'm thinking here, should I be moving Sniper Drone back again? Probably not. I think now I'm quite happy with keeping him there, really. He will be ready for the next battle. In the ranged, he can attack and just bloody the warlord, enemy warlord instantly. I need to move something into HQ to probably add additional +2/+2 to my unique unit to make it 7/7, and that would be absolutely awesome. So I'm thinking one of those Viola Marksmans maybe, or yeah, why not? I will move that Viola Marksman from plan number 5. I will try to bring as much as firepower into next 2 battles as possible, so I will add 2 attack and 2 HP into the Shadow list to make him 7/7. Unique with the positional relay. Really cool. So, I don't know what's more powerful right now. Is the sniper drone, or is that unique unit really loaded with all those cool effects? So yeah, pretty good. Right, okay. So that was round number 3. Looking here really good, actually. I'm quite comfortable in this game. I'm asking for HQ actions. Does he have any? I definitely about to use the Smuggler's Den again to pay 1 resource to move the attachment back from the unit to my hand, and then get the amount of resources equal the cost, the printed cost of the attachment, which is obviously 1 more resource for me. So the sniper drone will lose some of the additional points temporarily, but I will get additional resource. I have 7 right now, so that's absolutely awesome. We did past, so it will be another turn number 4. Okay, so another copy of Crisis Battle Guard. That's 2 elite units for 5 cost. I have actually 11 resources right now, so I'm able to deploy both of them. And another copy of Iron Rifle, absolutely awesome. Really now, with those 2 elite mobile units, I can really go and secure planet number 2, planet number 3 more importantly, because the planet number 3 will still allow him to switch the planets around. So he could potentially, by targeting planet number 3, try to move the Iron Forge away from me to preserve that victory condition and just move it away from me. But with the elite units on mobile around this planet, it won't be possible really. So I'm quite happy with the cards I get here. And I've added the Iron Rifle for 0 resources to the Vilo Marksman on plan number 1. It's pretty cool. I think this is enough already to scare the enemy warlord. That 4 attack on the ranged will make him think again about the enemy commitment here. So quite dangerous, really. Quite dangerous to be here, to stay around here. So yeah, the next deployments, obviously there will be 2 elite units that will deploy probably on plan number 3, plan number 4, or plan number 2 and plan number 3, just to keep them around. I will see. I'm gonna move them around anyway, so let's see. I could potentially put something on plan number 4. Okay, so deployment Baleful Mandrake, the ranged unit 3-2, goes on planet number 2, so he counters my victory condition. He deployed it on the side, suggesting that there will be something else deployed over there. Okay, that's interesting. I will deploy the Stealth Cadre, Shadowsun Stealth Cadre for 1 resource, to add 2 attack, 2 HP to my drone, to put him back on 8-7, so 8-7 ranged with reload, absolutely powerful, and he's been left on 1 resource, so but he can still deploy something. Let's see what he's gonna cook, what he's gonna try to do here. If there's any deployment, yes there is. Card deployed in the reserve. Wow, okay, so he spent the last resource here. I will deploy my first elite on plan number 3. It indicates there will be a heavy battle on plan number 2. That's fine, I can still move that elite on plan number 2 if I want to. He passed, so I have the last deployment here. I will definitely deny that economy from last planet to do not let him get any resources again. So those 2 mobile elites, they will do the job, moving towards planet number 2 or 3 to really just annoy him and try to block anything that he could do. Free attack twice, even if the mobile units will fight by themselves, that's already okay. So yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. He passed as well, so let's just think about the commitments. I am going securely on planet number 1. I will just try to push it forward. Right now I feel secured everywhere else. I think I will be able to pull this off. I have 2 shields on my hands. I will definitely able to draw another attachment from the positional relay, hopefully another 2 shields. So wherever my opponent will decides to go, it's pretty bad already, and I think the plan 1 commitment is just right now to create a snowball, nothing else, and that's it. So pretty okay here. He's choosing his commitment right now. is done. So we can really flip the dial and see what's going to happen. I'm going for plan number 1. He's going for plan number 2. So he didn't really do anything else that he marked he will. He just goes straight for Iron Forge, which is pretty interesting because with the ability of the first plant, I will be able to do 1 damage on 5 units, which is basically everything that he have over there, and it will kill some of those units, and it also will damage the Warlord. So I don't know if that's the best commitment right now here. Probably plan number 2, or I think plan number 3, that would be the best choice, but that's fine. He's getting 2 cards. I did manage to add the copy of the Stealth Cadger to the Vashya Trailblazer to my mobile unit, because that mobile unit will definitely move in a mobile to support that sniper drone in a battle. So not only I will bring the Chris's battle suit from plan number 3 on the mobile, but also I will move the Vashya Trailblazer with 3. So absolutely nice move from those mobile units. Also going to move my Chris's battle suit from plan number 4 to plan number 3 to make it more comfortable for the next round. So yeah, absolutely awesome. There's nothing posing any danger on plan number 1 for me. I'm pretty okay here right now. It just looks awesome. I will definitely trigger the plan's ability, and that will allow me to do 1 damage up to 5 units on a target planet. Obvious target is plan number 2. But before that happens, I will trigger the positional relay again to look for the attachment. I'm controlling right now 5, 6, 7 cards, so I will look for 7 to get the attachment. This time I didn't manage to find any, so yeah, that's fine. I think I've looked through all of them already. 20 cards left in the deck, and I managed to look for the positional relay a few times, so I think there's no more. I have all my attachments already in play. That's fine. Okay, I triggered upon ability, so 1 damage up to 5 units, the enemy units on this planet. He used a copy of Foretell to deny that effect. Nice move. Okay, so he predicted that would happen. I can only capture the planet with the icon. I cannot really trigger the ability. That's fine. The enemy warlord exhausted to pull this event. That means he will die. He will not survive the attack with the sniper drone. He's just unable to do it. And with the repulsor impact on that sniper drone, he will be unable to kill me. He will be unable to survive those attacks. So I still have actually auxiliary armor. I have the heavy marker drone on my hand, 2 cards with 2 shields. That's heartbreaking news for my opponent, that he's pretty exhausted with the game, I think, already. Sniper drone attacks for 8 on the enemy warlord, but it's ranged, and my opponent have the ranged unit, so his first attack goes in the line. I do apologize for that. I've been too quick. I just ask if he does any deep strike, but I presume with the 0 resources he won't be able to do it, so he don't, but he attacks for 3 on my sniper drone. Now I will use the heavy marker drone to shield 2 of the attacks to add 1 damage, and obviously that will allows me to add 2 damage from the repulsor impact field onto Bleeful Mandrake. So yeah, he dies, sadly. Well, okay. No actions, so it's my ranged attack. I will try to kill the enemy warlord. He dies, he's bloodied, so he just lost his ability. My sniper drone make himself ready after the ranged phase with ranged skirmish, so I'll be able to attack again for 8. That will kill the Siren Zetlax, and now with those 2 really minor units, I'll be able to kill them off with the Vashya Trailblazer and the Chris's Battle Guard. They will just attack for free and attack for free, even with the 2 shields. My opponent is not able to stay alive here, so I completely killed off everything here. I have no actions, he have no actions, so I think that's really it. The enemy warlord is bloodied, there's no units on the board except of that union plan number 4. I'm not going to trigger now, I don't want to move anything to HQ anymore, it's enough for me with what I have. And he will concede, so yeah, obviously I was going to move the stealth again, but it doesn't make any sense anymore. It's GG. My opponent gave up the game. Pretty devastating. I think the decisive moment was when he doubted in himself and he pulled back from the Iron Forge for the first time. He retreated with the 3 units against my sniper drone. He really had the occasion to kill him off on that spot. I was obviously planning to pull back this stealth cavalry attachment and the signature attachment away from him before he dies, but without that sniper drone I will be really waiting for those battle guards and another sniper drone which I just got right now. So possibly that game, if that will happen, it will probably last another 2-3 rounds. So yeah, it did go very well, I think, for me. From the very beginning, the first round was absolutely awesome, and that gave me the advantage from the very start. Another point for me in a tournament, so I stay on the top. Unfortunately, Eric will not qualify into finals, so I'm really sorry for eliminating him. He's a really good player. Liatha, I do not consider Liatha as a tier 1, but well, he feels comfortable playing it. Pretty good guess for me to eliminate that Clivex war leader as a bluff, and I'm pretty sure the 2 shields that I kept, they were indeed the 2 shields, so I think my guesses were right. I'm happy about my deck as well. I think it works really well, so yeah, I would update it on the Traxxas sector, and I hope you enjoyed that game. Even if it wasn't so exciting from the both sides, to keep it like really equal as I dominated it, but I hope that you at least saw some tricks that are made to use against you in the next round or in the next tournament. So I hope you enjoyed it, and that you will see me very shortly in the finals. So thanks a lot, guys, and see you shortly.